So, since the Boondocks reboot has been canceled and we have gotten no new news of any new Boondocks media, I decided to make another video on the Boondocks, and this one being a Boondocks theory. Alright, and this theory is going to be, what if Huey is the Afro Samurai? And I know that might sound crazy. Obviously, they're two different shows, two different universes. How would that even work? But we're just going to stick with they're in the same show universe, Adult Swim. And we're going to say that Adult Swim is all in one big multiverse. And that might sound stupid, but basically nowadays, every single movie or show is in a multiverse. Look at Marvel, look at DC. There's a big multiverse around all of it. So let's just say that Adult Swim has its own multiverse. And in this multiverse, Huey is Afro Samurai. So we're going to start with how Huey becomes the Afro Samurai. And this is easy, through one of his experiments. It is known that Huey is a genius for his age through episodes where he made the Boom Boom hair supply, which made hair grow super crazy. And the important episode for this theory is the Pimp My Ride episode where there's a secret government agent watching Huey. And you may be like, that was just all part of Huey's head. Well, in this theory, it's not. What if this agent knew that Huey was close to cracking the code of getting through the multiverse? And that's why the agent was stalking Huey. And since in that episode, we were not able to see why the secret agent was stalking Huey and the secret agent never came back, we're safe to say that Huey got away with what he was doing, which is creating a portal to the multiverse. However, a main question to that would be, why would Huey want to do such a thing? Well, that's simple. One of the main questions in the Boondocks is, where are Huey and Riley's parents? Well, not in the Boondocks, but many fans have that question. And so Huey, being a 10-year-old boy, obviously wanting to see his parents, creates a multiverse so he can go and find them, or have an alternate lifetime where they're still alive if they are dead. And just like in the Boondocks, a lot of Huey's experiments did not always go just as planned. And this time, instead of him opening up a portal to somewhere where his parents are alive and well, he opens up to a portal to the Afro Samurai world, a world much darker and much more senile. And this brings me to the show Afro Samurai, which if you have not watched, I'll give you a short summary. Afro Samurai is a samurai whose father was killed by another samurai, Justice, who was once his father's friend. And basically Afro Samurai is going on this whole journey to avenge his father's death. But for this theory, what if Afro Samurai's father was Huey's father? Because we don't know much about Huey and Riley's father, we can easily say this and just say that in this universe, he was a samurai. And in the Afro Samurai universe, Afro Samurai lost his father at a young age. And Huey's age is young, although mature, 10 could be a young age. And so we can say that when Huey entered the portal, he entered the portal at the time that his father was being killed by Justice, the villain in the Afro Samurai universe, thus sending Huey on a spiral to avenge his father. And you may be asking, where are Riley and Granddad in this alternate universe? And even Huey's mom? Well, we're just going to say that when Huey entered the multiverse, they were all killed by Justice. But the main thing he saw was his dad being killed by Justice. But thankfully, that's not all we get to see of our lovable character Riley in this theory. In Afro Samurai, there's a character named Ninja who is in Afro Samurai's head and is sarcastic, funny, and has some of the most funny moments in the show. But who does that sound like? That sounds like Riley. So in this universe, Riley, instead of just being himself, when he dies, he becomes Huey's other form of conscience, and becomes Ninja. And since Huey's Afro Samurai, he walks around with Riley, Ninja, and that's how Huey gets over losing his little brother. And even if you don't want to go with the multiverses theory, you can still say that Huey has fighting experience, such as fighting the Hatocracy, and even when he was fighting Uncle Ruckus using nunchucks. So we could say, just like in the chicken flu episode, that an apocalypse happened and wiped off most of the people in the universe, creating the Afro Samurai universe. But I personally feel like that theory is way less fun than the multiverses theory, but you let me know what you think. That's really all I got for this video, just really short Boondocks content because I love the show, and I know a lot of other people love the show, and it's disappointing that the reboot's not happening anytime soon at least. I will do some more research on that, and hopefully I can find some evidence that they're going to at least do a comic. Who knows, we'll see. But thank you for watching, and if you like more Boondocks content or any cartoons content, please subscribe or check out the channel. And if not, thanks for watching.